And Elisha saw it and cried out, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. He took hold of his own clothes, rent them into two pieces. The reason why this generation cannot act, they don't still understand that the mantle will come to stir up what is inside you, but it's not to dismantle your father's legacy. So we are having sons trying to fight the mantle of their father and invite battle instead of operating in the mantle. So what Elisha did, he tore his cloth, which is his garment, and put on the garment of his father. What is the implication? The implication is when your father goes to glory, you still bear your father's name so that your father's legacy should not die. So when you cease to use your father's name and start using your name, the generational history will be erased. And that is what is happening in Africa. We have stopped the teaching of history in our institution. Our children and grandchildren don't even understand the history of our country anymore. There is a generation operating a white man culture in Africa because histories that have kept us to where we are has killed us. Hear me. Custodians of histories are custodians of destiny. There is no race without a history. When you erase history, you have erased generations. When you erase history, you have erased generations. They tell us our history is fetish. I don't know about it, but we came out from somewhere. And I don't understand how you were born, where you were born, and the names of your grandfather and the location and what happened. Why should it be erased? Once it is erased, a generation of people will come and not know their bearing. Histories. So we now have white men coming to tell us our history. We now have books written. Histories are now written by strangers. When you see a person that is not a Nigerian writing history about the Igbo race, and we are embracing about the Yoruba race, about the northern region, and they are telling us our history, you know that that's a distorted history. Before my father died, he had to tell me about my great-grandfather, my grandfather, and about himself, about how he started. I had to listen attentively. Hear me. To be born again does not mean you should be stupid again. The family you came out from, you have to study it and understand it, to understand why you are where you are, to be able to operate your destiny. Because every destiny must study history. Yes, medical science, you call them, you get to them. Is there anyone with the history of diabetes, asthma? I thought it's medical science. Why are they asking you for history? History is important because if somebody has cancer in your family history, most likely somebody in this current dispensation will have it. That's it. It's proven. You are the only one that does not want to connect to your history to be able to fight your destiny or fight for your destiny. We have a generation that no longer know anything. What's your grandmother's name? Nobody wants to talk. What's your father's name? That's what was happening. So when Elisha said, my father, he was saying, you are going, but your history cannot be eliminated. I am going to manifest my unction in the emblem of my name attached to my father.